Yeah, you lied to me.
I love butter. Oh yeah. Love that.
Hi, I'm Kelly, and you've tuned in to the Con Gusto Show, the most delicious podcast about magic internet money in the entire world. I don't know why you're here, but I'm glad you are. Hope you enjoy, and bon appetit.
Dappa, Schnappa, Blappa, Dappadan.
Do not curse my name like that. It's Dappadan. That's it.
Dappadan.
Yes.
How goes it?
It's going good.
Nice.
Not as good as maybe you, but it's going good.
I look good. I look like I'm going good.
I know you don't want people to hear the sounds in the background, but I can hear it, and it just sounds like a bustling, birds are chirping, there's little honks, and like, I don't know. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's the bustle of the morning. Mexico City is very dusty, and so every morning you get like people sweeping.
Oh my God. I've never been to Mexico City, so I can't vouch for how dusty it is, but I believe you.
You should visit me. Yeah, you should visit me and like experience the dust.
Okay.
It's quite
Should
nice.
I bring a mask?
I don't know, if you need a mask, like skill issue. Like obviously your nostrils are not really nostrils are not
I've been
doing
through
their
some
job.
stuff, so I'll be all right.
Yeah.
I can handle dust.
I like tested my nostrils a little bit, and I think they're really strong now. And that's not really like, I guess people don't think about that.
Strong in what way? How does nostrils become strong?
Yeah, I mean, it took like a good couple of weeks. Like the first 2 weeks, it was insane. Oh, hello. It was
See, that's
insane.
great.
Like
I love these sounds. This is awesome.
I need to step up my production situation. I like bought everything. I bought all the mics, all the cameras. I just haven't like locked in and like fully set it up.
You know what they call that in the industry?
What?
Skill issue.
Say no more. Look, I was working on my nostril skills. It's like a big thing. Anyways, the first 2 weeks, it was horrible. Blood, like congestion, everything. I was in the trenches with this dust. And like 2 weeks later, I'm bigger, better, badder, stronger.
That's good. Probably less blood, but hey.
Anyways, Dappadan, you're one of my favorite content creators in the world.
Kelly Kim, I was going to say the same thing about you. We have the Dual Lutter group. KK, DD.
Ah. Oh
I
shit.
brought my snack.
You
You told me
did?
to bring a snack, yeah.
I have so much bread. Should I bring a cookie?
Yeah.
Okay. BRB.
A few moments later.
Okay, I have my cookie. It's a fat ass cookie.
Let's see how fat.
Like
That's chunky.
fat
It's thick.
cookie.
Yeah, it's thick.
Yeah.
What is it, like sugar or what?
In the cookie?
Yeah, what flavor is it?
Sugar flavor. Probably.
Okay, and there's nothing in it? Like nothing in the middle of it?
No. Yeah, I can't see anything. I think it's just flour and sugar,
Okay.
but it's fat. So, cheers.
I have pretzels. This is like I'm trying to do the health route.
Have you tried peanut butter pretzels?
Is that just pretzels with peanut butter?
Yeah, goddamn.
Okay.
It was so good. Where was I? I was introducing you. You bring joy to developers. And
Thank you.
you've been killing it. Last year I saw so many collaborations, so many bed videos.
Yes.
We'll get into that a little bit more. I just wanted to have you on, share your story, because you obviously came from some place that's very similar to heaven, because we don't deserve you.
Oh my God. Stop the show. It's only going to get lowered.
And yeah, I mean, I also want to talk about what it's like to create content for, I guess, like Web3, crypto companies. What do you think about the future of the creator economy? Let's say specifically like on-chain or off-chain, whatever goes. Want to hear your thoughts on that. So let's start by, maybe you can introduce yourself. Like, what's your elevator pitch when you go up to someone at a conference?
Yeah, I've changed this, but as you had mentioned, the branding is strong now. So my new elevator pitch is I bring developer joy. That is through videos, docs, what have you. But I don't want to say, oh yeah, I just do like developer videos, and they're like, oh okay, or I just do developer docs or developer experience. Like people don't know what that is, but somehow I think when you ever say developer joy, it hits. So that's what I say. I just say I bring developer joy, and then let people fill in those blanks. Seems to work.
So you're like the Marie Kondo of Web3.
That's what I'm going for. Check the
Nice.
Twitter banner. That's what I'm going for.
Yeah. A little less petite. A little tall. You're super tall.
I
That was
am-
like my first thought. I was like, God, he's tall. But yeah, and I guess like less folding.
Yeah, I mean, I try to keep my. I'm looking around my office here, and I was gonna say I try to keep it organized, but then I see like a crypto swag shirt just like sitting on the ground. So that'll be a lie to say that I'm organized, but try to be.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you still.
My internet is so bad today.
Yeah, it's funny because I say something and then you're like frozen, and I'm like, I was like, did I say that?
Hold
I thought
on.
my answer-
Let me like see if I can change to my hotspot.
Maybe it's the door. You close the door on the Wi-Fi. It's not.
No,
I
it's
don't know.
right
I'm just making
here.
it up.
I don't know what's going on. It's Mexico City, and like you can never predict anything. So I'm
There's
just
too
gonna
much dust between your computer and the router. I think there's too much dust.
Yeah, it feels like hot water doesn't work sometimes. I'm gonna try and switch to my hotspot
Okay.
and see if that is more reliable. Fuck, I'm so sorry.
No worries.
Okay.
One eternity later.
Hi.
Hello.
Hotspot didn't work, so we're back on this Wi-Fi. Let's just hope. I'm gonna like close everything else. Everything. By 1Password. By ChatGPT. By Notes. By Calendar. Let's see if this. I'm gonna start with basically the Marie Kondo of Web3. Less folding.
Yeah, there you go.
Little less petite. Little taller. Bit cuter.
Thank you. Maria Kondo, right? Yeah, okay. Let's see how tall is Maria Kondo. Tall.
I bet she's super short. The Japanese are very
Yeah.
short.
Yeah, I mean, looking at even the photos of her with normal-looking people or normal-sized people, it's not looking good for her. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
tall.
Super, super short. How did you decide? Like, what kind of was like the aha moment when you're like, I'm going to give developers joy? Like, what made you think there was no joy in this world?
That's a good question. As a developer myself, I didn't need to have an aha moment of, wow, there's no joy here, because I personally was not having any joy. I mean, like even when I started in this, it's like there weren't even documentation in certain places before. Things were breaking, things were constantly, you were just being struggling all the time to just build the most basic thing, right? That's changed quite a bit, but I don't think people are still having fun. Like, I mean, we do the hackathons and, we try to build things and we're on the internet all the time. And it's sort of fun. We have these like a ha moments, but not like ha moments. So that's what I want. Yeah, a little bit longer term happiness is what I'm trying to go for.
Right. There was no aha moment, but you just wanted to create more ha-ha moments.
Yeah, wow, get that on a shirt. I just made that
Yeah.
up.
No one says lol anymore. It's always got to be the ha-ha.
Yeah, that's true. R.I.P.
Yeah.
to lol.
Yeah. How long have you been coding?
Coding, I hate to give this answer because it's like a flex, but as long as I could remember, like,
Oh,
I
really?
mean, yeah, like, I think around maybe like junior high, I got into the world of like coding, development, and stuff like that. And like just not necessarily by accident, because I just wanted to make like video games, and I figured that's the only way to make video games, just to code. So that was my like gateway into it, and yeah, been doing it ever since.
Sick. Did you work as a software engineer for a long time before you started creating content? Also, what crypto pilled you? 2 questions there.
Oof. I'll start with the second one, and maybe it will lead to the. Well, actually, I can answer both in one go. So before I was working as a software engineer, working in like financial technology, fintech, but like on the consumer side. So not even like consumer, like trading, but how do we build e-commerce systems or payment systems to make people basically spend more money easier was the problem, and because people aren't spending enough money, so we need to find new ways to do that. And around that time, I think people are like, oh, fintech, that must be like, make the most sense to, then you want to like keep the world of, finance and all of that. But I thought crypto and stuff like that was definitely going to be for like, it's only for like quants and like people who love charts. And I think randomly I heard a JavaScript podcast with Nader Dabit talking about developer DAO And this was, I guess, 2020, around that time, 2019, something like this, late 2019, 2020. And like the crypto, like the NFT phase was starting to bubble. And I was like, I don't want to miss this in terms of like, classic FOMO, but I don't know how to get into it as a regular person who doesn't look at charts. And then this guy comes on and says like, we're starting this developer DAO thing. And I was like, well, if I'm a developer and I want to be in this space, I guess this is the place to go. So like I completely like speed ran crypto onboarding. I was like, oh, I don't know what gas and things like that. I'll get this wallet and like start doing just to mint the NFT because I thought it was going to be like sneaker drops. Like in like new sneaker drops, they're like sold out in like seconds. So I was like, oh, he's going to drop this Genesis NFT and then it's going to be gone. And I'm going to be the one. And like even my grandkids will thank me that I got this Genesis NFT to developer DAO. Obviously, there's many different ways to get developer DAO now. So I was probably overreacting, but it was the best decision to make. So yeah, that's kind of how I got into the space and the background.
Yeah, I remember the Genesis NFT was like this. It's kind of like, it felt like it was made on paint.
Yeah. You know what my favorite moment, I don't know if you were around there, but my favorite moment was like in the Discord, people would like, there was a channel where you're supposed to like paste your dev. Yeah. And no one knew exactly how to do that because, like, if you take it from, I think, a MetaMask or whatever, or the NFT page that you minted on, you couldn't do it. So it was like, no, you need to, like, take a screenshot of it and then you remove it was some, like, thing. And it was just like, once I saw that, I was like, yeah, I need to be here because it's like people don't even know, like, I'm not behind, Like, if people don't even know how to, like, copy and paste a screenshot of NFT, like, this is a good time to be here because, yeah, it's not like experts.
Yeah. Someone needed to make that video. How to copy and paste your NFT into Discord.
You know what I'll do? I'll just do it.
Fuck
like
yeah.
The Genesis, like people will be like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, hello
Bring
everyone.
It back.
Yeah.
Real life problems.
Yeah. People are still trying to figure it out. Someone tried to do it and they gave up, and then they're like not in this space anymore. They quit the industry. I'll bring them back.
Yeah, that's like their first rug pull. They're like, oh, if this is gonna fuck me up like this, I don't even want to know.
Yeah, you can have two different reactions. I had a reaction. I was like, yes, I'll lean into this because clearly, there's no gatekeeping here, or people are like, oh, I must be gate cut. I must be outside of the cool kids club. I don't know.
Yeah, that was 2021, right?
Yeah, I keep forgetting. I mean, I guess I could see when I minted it, but yeah, that's around that time.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So yeah, shout out to the goat, Nader. I don't know. Is it Nader? Nader?
I say Nader. He says Nader Dabbit. He says Nader Dabbit. I think that's every time Nader. I've seen him on things, he says that.
Or Nader.
But he's so, Nader. Nader. Dabbit. We could probably do, we could make the whole show of just like, mispronouncing his name.
Like compilations of Nader, different it's 8 a.m. for me, by the way. So my brain, not smooth brain, but at least we have a cookie.
Or pretzels.
Yeah. Pretzels are nice. I wish there was more ASMR. Can you like crunch closer to your mic? Oh yeah. Love that. I actually wanted to do like ASMR intros to every single podcast. But
tell me about this I mean, we're on the podcast, but tell me more about this podcast. So what'd you come up with the name? I know this is your podcast, but I'm going to ask you some questions. I like the name, but I want to know. I mean, I like the name because I came up with the story in my head and why you made the name, but I want to hear your actual story.
Let's start with that. What do you think made me call this podcast Taste?
Well, I think there's a lack of taste in this industry. And I hope why you invited me is because I'm a taste maker.
I mean, yeah. I also love food. There's like two pillars. Well, there's like two ways that you can look at this. I love food. My idea for this was to do every podcast in person. I don't know if you know like Chicken Shop Date.
Of course.
Obviously there's, Hot Ones. Hot Ones, I think, maybe not really my vibe, but more Chicken Shop Date because I love Amelia DeGold.
That's not, I don't know how to say it. I didn't even know she had a name. I thought she was Chicken Shop Girl. I thought she went by Chicken Shop Girl for the longest.
Chicken Shop Girl. But yeah, I wanted to do it was actually a very different vision initially. And then I realized it's just so hard to get everyone in person. Also, studio setups are no joke. And I don't have the time or patience right now to do that. But maybe.
I mean, you have a studio there. I mean, it seems like.
Sure. If you come to Mexico City, I will create the best setup for you, just for you.
Okay, great.
And we'll have tacos. You should come here just for the food.
Yeah, I mean, I love Mexican food. It's like top 3. So
It's so good. Anyways, back to the story. Yeah, so taste. And I wanted to like, yeah, eat with people. And the thing with like people in crypto is that they're very on the spectrum. Like even when they eat, it's like they don't eat like normal people. And so I think this podcast is not really meant to like give you any life-changing information. It's more meant to, I guess, yeah, give joy to people and like make them laugh and also humanize the people on the spectrum in our industry, because I don't really think we have a good rep outside of our little circle. So yeah, that was my goal, just to like infuse taste back into the industry and leave a better taste for crypto in people's mouths.
This is so many layers.
Many layers.
Is this a cake or an
That was
onion?
actually the first name. I was going to call it a piece of cake and then get like super giga brain people to break down their idea like a piece of cake.
Nice. So many ideas.
So many ideas. But this is alpha.
Okay.
So that's it. That's the story. That's why I'm doing this pod, and that's why you're on this pod. I'm curious about how you approach your work, right? I mean, I've been following you, kind of stalking you on the internet ever since you started creating content, and dude, like you've just like leveled up. Every week you're shipping, and I respect that. What was like the initial kind of go to market for you, and how do you think that evolved over time, and what changed, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the start for me, and it's still like the North Star. This is definitely how people in podcast talk. What's your North Star? My North Star is definitely like filling gaps or spaces where I think there is need for content. So I mean, before I started making videos and things like that, it was more there's a gap because there's not even like good technical writing that exists. And then in the same way with video right now, I really want to try to fill gaps where I think videos could take off in terms of getting people more joy. And I'll give you like examples. Like, I mean, I don't think we do like, you know, if I ever said, hey, you're a developer and you make videos, what did you do? People will probably assume like, what, if I ask you that, like, I'm a developer, I make videos. What do you think the videos are about?
Boring coding walkthroughs.
Exactly. Wow. See? So that's like one, yeah, you know, this exactly, like, I was a little sweating because your face was like, oh, she might not get this right. But that's exactly it, right? It's like, so there's tons of people making videos, and what they do is they go and they have, you know, maybe they, you go out and get a really expensive camera, and this is nothing against any of these people, just FYI. They go out, get an expensive camera or something, or maybe just their webcam, share their screen of the code. Maybe they actually code on it, maybe they just walk through the code, but that is like the developer video, and that's been gone on since the dawn of the videos on the internet kind of thing, basically. And I think if I compare this to like the world of Web 2, there's actually a big shift now from not only just like developer videos, but videos about developers. So that's one of the areas that I tried to fill, was just like, okay, like let's make developer shows, developer TV, like things that people want to watch or like about that community, and like let's compete. So like I did like this Builder Blind Date show where it's fun because we're still building and we're still coding, and there's still be hopefully some educational stuff from it, but you know, it's not just about, you know, here's my code and here's what I built kind of thing. So, you know, that's a big space. And I think now one of the other kind of place that I'm trying to position as my, like, if you say I'm leveling up, like my next level up is like how to do actual coding walkthroughs, but in a way that's very engaging and still educational. So I think there's a lot of great videos I've seen, you know, on the internet, and like there's some great creators out there making amazing videos to explain different concepts, but they don't show the code. Like they never, like, it's just like, oh, let me explain this concept to you about this chain, or, you know, this new privacy thing or whatnot, which is okay. But like, we should be a culture of builders and, you know, actually experiment and build and make small projects. This is why like I love hackathons, because we can do those. And I want to like take the quality of I see in those videos and the, you know, quality I see in the coding tutorials that are out there and bring them together. And that's like my new goal, to like try to see where that goes for me.
So that's for this year.
Yeah, that is. So hopefully coming to YouTube and Twitter feed near you.
Are YouTube and Twitter still your like main platforms, channel. Have you experimented with anything else?
Yeah, I've been also trying to put these videos on chain. So with Zora, I had a big moment where I was like, oh my God, I need to do everything on chain. I feel it's good. It doesn't if I would say video, obviously the top platform is YouTube, right? You could get, YouTube is a video platform. It serves videos. It'll find videos for you and it'll serve them to your, to you, whatever you like throughout every day, all day. Twitter is good because obviously everyone's there. You get traction there. And then I think the on-chain stuff is like a third thing because it still hasn't got that ability to serve videos, curate, things like that. I think people still have to kind of do that themselves. But it's certainly a good thing to do. And I continue to do it. I don't think it's not it'll be interesting to see how it kind of evolves because I think there's a lot of opportunity there. But I think if you compare it to let's say a Kato AI, right? Where they tried to build they're still trying at least building all the on-chain stuff, but using a platform that's existing. I think that's really cool. And I think hopefully someone will do something with that.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't think everything should be on chain at all. I mean, I have experimented and as a podcaster, we have pods.
Yeah, pods looks cool.
Which is great. I do think I don't think on-chain stuff is specifically for distribution. There's this whole I guess there's an argument you can go viral or whatever on chain, but I think that virality doesn't come from the initial distribution. It actually I'm very bullish on chain virality as if you think of it like a funnel, the top funnel is off chain. And then maybe within your audience, you get them to mint something that goes viral. Maybe that's some form of upper funnel distribution, but I'm still I love YouTube and I don't want it to be on chain. I think it'll be a whole shit show. So yeah, but I love YouTube. Bullish.
Yeah. I mean, they're really undefeated. If you look at all the social networks, TikTok is here or not in certain countries. I mean, they will. I think it will be just a thing for as long as we live, at least.
Yeah.
There'll always be YouTube to do serving content.
YouTube. What kind of content formats have you experimented with? I know you do longer ones, longer kind of fun videos that feel like little, intros of TV shows, like the pilot episode.
Yeah,
it always feels like that. And then you do short form. What's the bull case for both, or what have been your learnings from creating both types?
Yeah, I think so. A lot of times people say okay, short form is for engagement and long form is for community. I probably agree with that primarily. If you look at some of the short form stuff that does go viral, it's it typically is the short form stuff that goes viral. Whether or not people actually get anything out of that is up to the actual content creator or the content itself. So for me, I try to, this is my own thing, the short form stuff I try to keep kind of really light and generally silly. So I've been doing swag fashion. Oh, we got everyone in crypto has tons of swag, trying to make it look good. So stuff like that. I try to then make the longer form stuff the bit more of educational stuff, or even I said this kind of show idea. So now I think in 3 different flavors of videos. So one I have is the cultural video. So that is short and long form, and I just mean by cultural trying to document what this whole world is, because I do think we're doing something as an industry pretty special, and there's not enough documentation of that. Meaning yeah, I mean, what do you get? If you were to look back at all the conferences you went to last year, what all the videos you might get is probably the choo choo jump shots, choo choo choo. Oh my God, swag on the table, oh, speakers, these promotional videos, and not oh, you remember that one guy that we hung out with that one time, and there's not vlogs. Vlogs is really intimate stuff.
Oh damn, I love vlogs.
yeah. So I think there needs to be more of that vlogging stuff. Just one, so if I were someone completely new and I wanted to see what's it like to go to East Denver, for example, right? I would love to see 100 vlogs on that versus 100. Here's our event, and it was really great because we interviewed 2 people who said it was really great while we played high beat techno music and made all these graphic effects and stuff like that in our 30-second promo or recap of the video. I understand why people do it, but just give people like a camera, go around their event and like see what happens there instead of like doing that. So I try to make that kind of content. Have a few other things like I'm some alpha, I guess, but I'm traveling to New York next week, and I'm going to do this like builders at home series where I'm going to people's places of living and asking them like, you know, seeing what it's like first, like, right. I mean, you can kind of see my space back here, but like we see only one side of people in their, you know, conference life, you know, in their hotel rooms and whatever. But like, why not also see how they live and, you know, what they like about their city and all of that stuff. So I have these cultural videos. I have the kind of show-ish entertainment videos that aren't educational but are tend to be entertainment. And then I have these generally educational videos which I want to make me, you know, kind of building something, get people excited about the technology and, you know, explain, have some sort of story behind it too.
Were you a content creator before? Did you do like gaming, like live streaming? No. How did you kind of like, why? Like then how, it's not an easy like skill. I'm not gonna lie. Like you can think of it, I think a lot of people think of like content creation as just, oh, it's like you put your camera there, talk a bit, yap a bit and voila.
Yeah.
But it's like a whole process that like the best ones have like a full, you know, their own, like the way they do things. And I'm just like, because it's like actually way harder, way more intricate. And if you want to do it well, like you really have to think about the little things. So how did you, I guess, create your own method to the madness?
I would say I never made content, but I definitely consumed a lot of content. So, I mean, my YouTube is like my primary source of entertainment outside of other social media apps. I would say, like, you know, Netflix and all of these other apps are, you know, good, but I definitely watch more YouTube than anything else. And so I definitely like really subscribe to reverse engineering a lot of what you like, whether that's in the, like I said, there's a lot of creators and things like that I look up to, and like in terms of their style and delivery. And I think it's okay to, especially when you're starting out, to say, I want to make videos like that. And that's it. Like, you know, it's like, oh, I need to do my own thing. Like, no, I want to make videos just like that person. And then, you know, you'll find what happens is that then you'll find another person and you're like, no, I want to make videos like that person. And then eventually you're going to like come up with your own style because it's going to be you going through all these other creators and trying to make videos like that person, because obviously you're never going to get perfect. And then it's going to be like half, like, you know, the 10% of this person, 20% of that person, 60% of this person, you know, and then that's your style and your content. And then, yeah, you know, methods and, you know, operations and stuff like that. That's just like learning, right? And like what works for you.
Who are your favorite YouTubers?
Yeah. Oof. So there's one, it's called Answers in Progress. Have you seen them?
No. Tell me more.
Oh my God. So Answers in Progress is like so I have a video on my hard drive that I made. I'm like, this is the type of video I made. Unfortunately, it was a client, so I'm like still waiting for all these things to come out before I could release it. But like, this is it, and it's actually in the style of Answers in Progress, I would say, because what they do is like they always like come up. They start with the question. This is why it's called Answers in Progress. It's like they start with a question, and then like, I don't know why. Like one of the videos is like, why is the Japanese internet so different, right? Because Japanese internet, it's like almost stuck in the 90s. It's got like all these crazy links and stuff like that. It's not. We in the Western world or whatnot have to like, you know, UI, UX. We need to have all this like beautiful and simplicity, all that. And then Japanese internet is like, you know, pages of links and stuff like that. So it's like starts with that question, and they do like a lot of research. So it's like a bit of educational stuff because they not only like, so it's not like, but oh, we just like did the research and this is the answer. But they will then like, oh, let's try to like make a Japanese looking website. So then they actually do like a build as well in most of the things. So it's like super, and it's like high pace. It's like the cuts are really great in terms of like humor. Like I think that's really good. So I like that style. Lately, I've been really addicted to this guy, Network Chuck.
No, man. I think we're in totally different rabbit holes. But hey, like, let me get into that. I want to have what you're having.
Yeah. He's got really good video, and he's just definitely more like technical education, I think. And he starts out with some humor, but he doesn't like maintain it, I think.
He's got the beard.
Yeah. But there's another thing. It's like there's silly things that you pick up too. Like, oh my God, I like how they share their code. Like, I like how they show their code. Like, there's one, I forget this creator, but I really like, they have this really cool way where they show the code editor, and it's their hands behind the code editor. And I'm like, wow, I never would have thought about that. And it's like,
what do you mean? What do you mean? Like how?
So they have a split keyboard. Yeah, and they film their hands typing, the code, and then in the middle of the keyboard, obviously they're just sharing their screen, but they put their code editor. So it's like literally their hands typing the code, and then like the screen and the code editor is there. It looks so cool.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So, and I mean, I have like a whole, like, I use Obsidian to collect all my notes. So I have this doc where I just like inspiring shots and stuff like that. And I clip those sorts of things. But yeah.
How many hours do you spend like accumulating inspiration?
I don't know. How many hours am I awake? How many hours you say? Like, well, how many hours are typically a human awake a day?
Depends. I take a lot of naps.
Yeah. But then I'm also like watching YouTube in the bed, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's hard, right? I think as a content creator, it's so important to always be on the lookout, like for inspiration, like what are other people doing? But at the same time, like you can fall into this, like I fall into this trap all the time. A trap of like watching and observing and doing market or competitor analysis. And then I end up like not shipping anything at all. Happened many a times, many such cases. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, like, what do you think is a good balance, or what are like some things that you implement in your life so that you don't only drink, you pour as well?
Oh, I thought this was gonna be I thought this was like a food show though. This is like now a drinking show.
I mean, yeah, why not? I think that'll be very interesting. Like when you come to Mexico City.
I'm glad you already booked this for me. I'm going.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, but drinking and pouring, I think it's like, for me, there's probably no way to get a good balance, but so I think you kind of have to like let me see if I can like run with this drinking analogy. You have to like close the lid, like close the lid.
Like that. Hey, what water bottle is that? That's really nice.
It's called Quecha. It sounds Spanish. It's a metal one, 1 liter. But what I mean by that is like, you have to say, okay, in my phase right now, whether it's a week, 3 days or whatnot, I'm just going to look for inspiration, and then I'm going to stop. And then I'm going to start creating things based on that inspiration. And then I'll keep going. And like, whether that's like, I think you just need to have dedicated time for both of them. But yeah, it's to your point, it's very easy. But like right now, what I've done at least is like, you can't see this and I can't make you see it, but like desk here, I have like my cameras, so I have 2. So every time I'm sitting at my computer, I have to look at them, so I know like this is the point, is to use these things. Like everything else, like going on Twitter on my computer and all of that, like, that's cool, but like that's the point, and I need to like always have this physical reminder of that. I'm here to create content, and these are my tools, and it's good to like see that. Like I think if you're like a carpenter or whatnot, and like they put carpenters have like their carpenter pans with their hammer, but it's like good to have it handy, but it's also good because it's like it's on you. You always have your hammer, and that I'm a carpenter. That's the same way.
You just gotta.
Maybe I should like wear my camera on my neck or something.
Yeah, like those vests. Those like running vests.
Yeah.
You should like create a contraption for cameras there. Ooh, take inspiration from Bob the Builder. Always has his little belt.
Yeah. That's what I need. If someone can make me a camera belt, I would do that instead. But this for now is good. I'm always at my desk most of the day, so it's like, okay, I can see it.
So you have 2 cameras.
I do. Please, you're gonna ask me about gear, then we're gonna have like 3 hours of content.
Holy shit! I'm obsessed with gear. I recently bought this thing. It's the
EV2. Yeah, I got the same one, I think.
Oh shit, nice. And this Rode mic.
I went with the Sennheiser.
Oh, very nice.
But
we can talk about gear later. We can like nerd over it.
Yeah. Please, because like I said, once you get me started, it's like really hard to stop.
Dude, we should create a group chat for content creators to talk about this
Kelly,
stuff.
Kim, we do have it. I'm adding you. We already have it. And we talk about gear. I'll add you right after this, and it's also annoying, not annoying, but what happens is that someone that like comes in and like, does anyone use a teleprompter? And then like for like 2 weeks we talk about teleprompters but I got this one. Is it the iPad or the iPhone? You like the iPhone one? Oh, you had a dedicated one? Oh, I used to. Oh, God, it's just like back and forth, which is, I mean, I made the group, and it was for these very reasons. Oh,
shit.
Partly responsible, but yeah, it's like these little things that people pick up on. And I'm like, what about like, making good videos, y'all? What about that?
Yeah, let's get back to what's
Yeah.
really important. It's like when people like stress over which terminal to use, which like font, like coding font. None of that matters. Like as long just ship it. Like I think like the number one mistakes that content creators make, including myself, is that they get too stressed over the gear first, and they're like, oh, I can't do this. Like the gear's not right. It's not there. And I think that actually like demotivates you to keep creating. I don't know. I think it's like a blocker. I think everyone should just start off with whatever is most easiest, like an iPhone, like shitty sound, and like learn the hard way, like what works and what you actually need before like, I don't know, investing a shit ton of money into gear and then burning out or like getting stressed.
There was a quote, this is like lives with me in this group, which you'll see when you join. And someone said, oh, actually, I go out and I buy the most expensive gear that's possible anytime. So that I know if the video is bad, it's because I'm bad.
That's genius.
It lives with me. That lives with me, though. Because I'm
Do
like,
you- Yeah, sorry.
also, sometimes I'm like, am I that guy? But no.
Do you like send your content for review into the group chat?
Yeah. So a lot of people come and they send it for feedback as well. I love giving feedback because then it just helps me as well. Like, oh, wow. So a lot of people either they put on their YouTube private and they share it, or I use this app called Frameo, which is really great because you can actually like annotate. So at that timestamp. So instead of like, oh, at that beginning part, you said this. It's like, no, boom. Right when you said it, you should say it this way, or, I would say it differently. But yeah, we like to give feedback. I don't like roasting. I hate that term roasting. Like people come like, can you roast my video? I'm like, I'm not going to roast your video, but I can tell you how you can maybe make it better.
How long do you take to ship something? Another mistake I think people make is they get too tied up in the post-production, usually super perfectionist, and then they end up just like sleeping on it and then it never like sees the light of day. So how do you get over that?
Yeah, you're going to have to give yourself timelines. Like I said, I never try to invest more than a week on anything because like I'm definitely bad about like, having lost energy after that time. I think like I'm already, and like I think like we started with like so many ideas, so little time, right? You start getting more and more of other ideas and you get distracted. So it's like you have to obviously give it some quality assurance, right? In terms of like the quality that you feel good about. But the minute that you hit that mark, like, this is pretty good, send it, because it's not going to be, oh, this is amazing. Like, don't wait till amazing. Like, it's never going to happen as the creator. As the audience, they might think it's amazing, but like you as the creator would probably, it's very rare you're like, oh God, this is amazing.
Are you more like quantity over quality camp for any like content creator who wants to get better? Do you think the more videos they put out, the better they'll get, or?
It depends. Definitely on the content, I would say. Like, I don't know, maybe it's like, I wouldn't say like your, depends on your brand per se. But like, if you put a bunch of bad videos out that you feel is bad, you're probably gonna like start internalizing that you are bad at it, which is like probably not true. It's just again because you're starting out. But I think you should be very loyal to the idea of whatever your video you have, versus the execution of that idea. So if you say, I want to make a video on AI agents, that seems like a really popular one. Like, and maybe you want to build an AI agent when you do the video. That's your goal, and whenever you're done with that, like, okay, great, I've made that video. Because then you feel like this win of that versus like, oh, I want to make the best AI agent video. Like, then that's never going to.
It's unrealistic.
Then like, yeah, then if you keep pushing out a bunch of videos that are not the best at that, then you're going to start, I think, feeling a bit more of a struggle, I think. So, obviously everything takes practice, but practice could be, just small edits. Like, I had a phase where I was just like focusing on like sound and music quality. Like, I just want to see like what if I can get the right music in the videos that make the most sense. So there's always gonna be something you can focus on, and it's like a never-ending thing. My favorite quote is like, with content, it's like making content is like winning a pie eating contest where the prize is eating more pie, right? So like, if you make more videos, people are gonna either pay you or ask you to make more videos. So you better like that thing, and find ways to kind of change it in a good way. And yeah, so I guess that's I don't know, the long way of answering quantity, quality, like it just depends, I guess.
It's like very interesting to hear like different people's takes on this, because I definitely have like friends who like they're super good at it, like very good content creators, like know how to manipulate camera angles, like all the editing, but they take like they take months to like put out one thing.
Yeah.
And so it's a very different approach. I've always been of the mindset that like you should just send it and get like really the feedback loop should be quick and then you iterate on it. But yeah,
I got a question for you. I've been thinking about this because I mean, like I said, I have some of my favorite creators, and I see a lot of people, they recommend like, oh, go back to their like, you know, early videos, or like, you know, I've been doing like videos now for like a year and some change. So this is like not even a long journey for me, but there's people who have been doing it for, I mean, let's say iJustine or something is doing it for like 18 years now. But like they always tell people like, you know, go back to the old, like you find a creator, like, go back to their older videos and then look at how they're doing it. Like look at where they were then. And I'm not sure because it's like, obviously, you know, we were like flexing our amazing cameras and they weren't that expensive, right? So the gear has changed, technology has changed, people's taste has changed. So sometimes I'm not like, oh yeah, I can look at a video that they made like 7 years ago, but like that could have been like the best video you could have made as a, you know, individual person. I mean, obviously there's probably some improvement, but you know, technically that's probably like the same level if you adjust it for inflation, technology inflation that I'm putting out. I don't know. So I don't know. Do you do that? Like, I don't know if you tell people to do that.
like go back to where you started.
Yeah, well, like, well, I mean, I think it's good for like go back to where you started, like looking at your old videos. But like, if
Right.
like, go to back to other creators and say like, look, their videos were bad too, so it's okay to be bad.
Yeah, I'm guilty. I think I'm guilty of that. I sometimes look at like really popular YouTubers, look at their first videos. I'm like, this is the most shit makeup tutorial I've ever seen in my life. And look where they are now. It's like motivation in a way, but also, yeah, I don't know. I don't think people give enough credit to the fact that they put it out there at that time, right? Anyone who does anything, no matter how shitty it is, it's like way better than 99% of people who just sit on their ass and like critique it, right? So I think it's like a creator, you have that level of like empathy, but yeah, I don't know. It's a tactic. It's a tactic to like make me feel better about myself when I'm feeling particularly shit about myself.
Okay.
So
yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I do it, and then I'm like, okay, but should it be making myself feel better about it? Because it's like, but I mean, yeah, I do it as well. But I was interested to see because it's like a lot of people recommend that as a good tactic. Just to see like the growth projection you can do as if you are consistent and try to improve small things.
yeah, I think as long as you're aware that you're doing that, and it's like there's that other side to it, it's fine. It's like, it's fine. It's fine. I wanted to actually ask you about all like different companies in the industry. You obviously, I suppose you study a lot of like what content different orgs and protocols put out. What is like maybe 1 or 2 projects that are killing it in the content game?
Oof, man, I hate, I mean, I love giving people flowers in terms of like...
Not financial advice.
yeah. Killing it in the content game. I mean, let me like define what I think is like good killing it, and then maybe I will like get names. Whenever I have a good affinity towards a protocol, it's like mainly the people behind it too. Like I'm like, oh, I like this person. I like what they do or like what they make. So like in the top of my head, I like Nilian. I like Aztec. I like those like the team that I've worked with before, worked with those individuals before. And I think they are, from a content perspective, doing really well in terms of, I think, like kind of bridging a gap between, because they're both kind of working in the world of privacy in different ways, but like trying to make that issue, I think, a bit more, or that arena, the privacy space, a bit more tasteful, I guess, to the people, right? Like I think prior to like a lot of the work and content that they're doing, like privacy was generally like, I don't know, there wasn't too much tangible stuff. It was like you read a bunch of books or something. It was like more academic, I would say. Like it was like an academic idea of privacy. And I think they're doing a really good job of making that more applicable and more application driven. And yeah, generally building a brand around those sorts of things. So I think that's probably 2 shout outs just on the top of my head. I know someone, like, if they watch this, they'll be like, but you didn't say, I thought we were friends. But I don't know. You put me on the spot, so.
Yeah, blame it on me. blame it on the host. Very untasteful. If there's a content creator, say they're a developer, they want to get into the space, start building their brand, start getting gigs, what would you advise them to do? Like your top 3 pieces of advice if
Yeah.
you're mentoring someone.
Well, I guess so. I guess I'll look at it like 3 different levels. Like, okay, the content itself, like a brand itself, and like I don't know, maybe getting like business. Let's say it like that then, I guess. So like on the content itself, like you definitely time you want to like make some content, especially starting out, answer the question of like who is this for? Like what are they gonna get out of it? Whether it's like they're going to have a change in perspective on this technology, or if they're gonna laugh, or they're gonna, you know, learn something new but like in a different way. I think that's kind of important. Like I said, a lot of people then, I guess on the brand side of things, it's like on the next level of like branding, it's like, okay, well then how am I going to be sort of different compared to all the other content that's out there? And there's always ways to like, you know, if you talk about it, it's like quality of the content, you know, execution, so actually like making it, and then like positioning. So in the positioning side, like, okay, if I make this video, what do I want people to do with it? Like obviously watch it is one thing, but then like, you know, do I want them to share it? Do I want them to build something? You know, do I want them just to like, push the like button or subscribe? Like all these things, but like you can kind of position the video in a way to do that. So once you can find a good space where you're feeling like a different, unique position. So, you know, not just videos about, you know, coding tutorials, but coding tutorials because we like to do, I don't know, coding tutorials with food. I don't know, something crazy. I don't know. It doesn't have to be something, it doesn't have to be too outlandish, but you know, you can work in degrees. Then it's I think then it's like, okay, the business side, like, okay, how do I get, you know, work with other protocols or, you know, get paid to do this? And I think that's just like, you know, I generally say never to do free work for people. So definitely do free work for yourself. Because also what happens is you're going to get to a point where you might have a lot of work that's paid and you won't be able to do the things that you want to do. So you should definitely take the time now, perfect the craft, but like, you know, be proud of the videos you make, or make, you know, videos you're proud of. Because honestly, I think this space is, even though there's, you know, many different people out there making content, there's probably room for 10,000 more. Like if you compare it to, you know, other industries, adjacent industries, like AI, for example, like there's tons of people making AI videos. And I always relate this to people, and specifically in my audience in terms of like technical and developer or builder audiences, it's like if I go look up like Next.js tutorial today, I am probably going to get, you know, thousands of videos not made by Vercel, the people who make. But if I looked up, I don't know, Neelian tutorial just to go with that, you're probably going to get a video made by Neelian. You're probably going to get 3 or 4 videos made by Neelian, and that's it. And I think that's a problem because people don't always trust videos made by the people who make the thing, or trust the opinions of people who make the things. Of course they can. Like when we're talking about serving in the community, it's obviously much better for us to have diverse, you know, perspective and voices and content creators on that sort of thing. So I think that's what I do. So yeah, content, audience, business. I think I covered those.
That's really good advice. When Content Academy by Dappadan?
You know, someone had wrote, it was so crazy. Someone was like, I'm making how-to content. They're like, oh, so I was like, oh, so like, you're going to make videos about like how to make content. So I was like, oh, can you tell me? Because one of the things I'm trying to still master is like how to reuse content. So like, I think you do a great job at this because, you know, it's a podcast. You can like cut up the interviews and stuff like that and then post that. But like, I love to do that more with the content that I have, and, you know, not just like, oh, I released it and I hope it goes well, you know, because then it's like, you're just kind of like letting the algorithm decide your success, which it always will, but you can kind of have a bit more say in it, whether that's just reposting the video, but I think like cutting the video or things like that. So I asked this person, I was like, oh, can you tell me how to do that? And they're like, no, I'm making how-to content, like like I'm making tutorials. Shit. And I was like, oh, because I was like, I would really want to know that. So maybe we'll take this Telegram group and like make a academy or something, like really low effort kind of thing, but high value. Because yeah, someone said we should do like a call, because obviously we're video people. So I think, yeah, we might do something like that, I think, in the future.
Yeah, I think that's really important, because accountability, like having like an accountability group at least, is like, I think it'll be very valuable for content creators. So yeah, add me to the group. I feel FOMO already. I can't believe I've missed out on this.
Crazy.
But yeah, Dappadan, it's been real. I always love, I mean, actually, we haven't yapped that much, but I feel like we have a very strong parasocial relationship.
I mean, we've met in person, so it's like, it's kind of real too.
True. Now it's a real relationship.
Yeah. We're just friends now. Is that okay?
Yeah. Can't wait for you to come to Mexico City, eat
Yeah.
tacos, get drunk on tequila, and cry because of the salsa. And yeah, thanks for your time. What's coming up next? Like, what's something that people can sit on the edge of their seats for with you?
I mean, I guess I'll leak a little. I mean, maybe the video, I don't know when this is going to come out, so hopefully the video is out. But like, I almost got scammed by an AI agent, or at least what I assume is an AI agent. I think you saw that post. And
Yeah,
I'm going
wild.
to rebuild that agent. I'm just going to make it. And then I'm not just to show people how it works.
That's
And then,
so
so
cool.
that's one of the things I'm doing. And I have a lot more of those type of things going on. It's like really showing people how to do something more advanced than this, like, hello world.
I can't wait. I'll watch it, I'll build it, and I'll try to scam you again.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't advise people scamming people. We have enough of those. But I think there's good use cases around it too. So that's why I'm going to make the video.
Fab. All right. Well, Dappadan. Dappa
Kelly
Schnappa
Kim.
Peppa. Sorry.
Lely, Lim, Melly, Mim.
Okay.
Just end it.
People usually just call me Kim. And I kind of like that. Because, like, James Bond, no one calls him James. They just call him Bond, right?
What do you introduce yourself as? Kim.
Kelly.
Kelly Kim.
And then they like, oh, her last name's Kim. Kim is much easier. Let's call her Kim.
All right.
I have no qualms. I'm just used to it now. So, anyways, thanks for coming on Taste. I hope you enjoy your pretzels. I still have, like, much of this fat cookie left. There's actually dulce de leche inside.
I knew it. I knew there was something in there. You lied to me.
I didn't know. In all honesty, I just, like, bit into it. I'm like, oh, that's nice. That's a good surprise.
There's no way they're making a big, thick cookie like that with nothing in it.
If I made a
Nothing.
cookie, I would just make a butter cookie. I love butter.
There you go. Now I know.
Anyways, all right. See you on the internet
And the Telegram group.
and the Telegram group. All right. Bye.